In today's short video, I'm going to speak about 7 things that you can learn from being around world-class athletes. Now, this is a retrospective piece from me about my experience, but I want you to learn from this about simple traits from highly successful people in sport. Number 1, you need high standards and you need to maintain them as well. Top athletes give their best every single day, and the reality is they get hammered if they don't. But the top teams, if you're not pulling your weight, a player will dig you out. So it's all about consistent behaviours on a frequent basis. Number 2, you can't get too complacent no matter how high you are on the ladder in sport. The best teams didn't celebrate. Some of the teams that worked at a lower level got really happy with success. The top teams didn't. They're always focused on the next task, the next goal. You could argue it's not very healthy, but complacency never creeps in with the top teams. You need to ignore the outside noise as well. You often see players say in an interview after a game, well, we're going to focus on the next match, we won't get too far ahead of myself. It's a boring media answer. It's also very true at the top level. Next, you can't give up. The top athletes that I worked with, they're inspiration to me. They had this great ability to go through the pain barrier. I'd watch them in their pre-season testing, their running drills, and the levels of pain and discomfort they could go through but keep going was very inspirational. Number 4, you're going to lose and you have to learn from it. I dreaded work. With the really good teams, I would dread it. I've worked at smaller teams at recreational level, be at McDonald's after a game, be in a pub. Top teams, you don't want to go back on Monday. There's going to be some tough conversations. Fingers get pointed at people for making mistakes. So you have to learn to develop a thick skin and take criticism in these environments. Number 5, you're going to have to make sacrifices if you want to make it at the top level. Athletes don't have it easy. You just think about the money and think it's an easier life. It certainly isn't. Players have to leave their family behind or bring the family with them to a new country. There's a new language, there's a new culture, and some players cope, some don't. It's very difficult. Number 6, you have to be able to deal with conflicts as well. I've touched on this a little bit already, but for me, particularly working in rugby union, a 6'5" unit coming up to you and having a pop at you, it's very intimidating. Even if they don't plan to intimidate you, it's not nice. Winning teams have conflict. Every team has conflict, but I found, in my experience, the more successful teams argued more. They were pushing each other. You become stronger for it. The first time a player had a go at me, I can remember it really well. I didn't cope with it very well, but now I'm very open to feedback, criticism, and I want to grow and develop. Finally, it's all about creating an environment at the top level as well. I've met some great leaders, some great captains, and these really good teams have these characters that push other people around them and bring up their standards. I've learned that as a lecturer. The experience I took from sport, I've put that into being a lecturer and trying to help my students develop and grow in their confidence. Okay, so I'm just going to finish off and say, well, how does this relate to you? Firstly, you can have setbacks, you can have challenges no matter what your interests are in life. You will develop resilience. Even if you're not aware of it, you will grow throughout time. And finally, don't settle for mediocrity. Now, whatever that goal is that you have, it has to be high. Aim as high as you can. You're going to make mistakes, but have high standards. Okay, thank you for watching this short video. I've got some other videos available where I speak about working high performance sport. If you'd like to learn more about that or any of my experiences that I've had in sport, please get in touch on Instagram at Sports Science Hacks. Okay, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.